About to start, but yeah.
Ixnay on the let the finals begin.
Yeah.
We'll say it again though.
And now they raise the flag.
All right, now they're raising their flags. Let the finals
begin.
Yes. Good luck to both of you.
Yep. Good luck to both players.
Yeah.
And Garga is going first.
Oh, okay. Garga's going first. Okay.
So they need to set up set up for their FTK if they want to try and go for first game. Now Austin needs to hope that in his hand he has cards to.
Oh, there goes the searcher first.
Yep. He is gonna play the searcher to discard one card, which is an ultimate Garga, gain a gauge, and search his deck for Garga.
Yep. Typical Garga plays.
Of course. Trying to thin out the deck, trying to make sure that there's only some spells left in the deck to help him defensive and or offensively get the game.
He will get ultimate Garga to his hand.
Yep. Now they're shuffling. Probably the next thing that our Garga player is going to do is gonna try and he might not. He doesn't need to buddy call just yet, but I guess he is going.
He is gonna buddy call. This is the play that I was talking about. You summon Garga first to die. Excuse me.
And now he has one of the 3 boosts he needed. It's now in the soul of Ultimate Garga.
It's okay. He could get it. He could just pitch it again. Well, there is base in the drop zone.
Yes,
so
he has one of the 3. Now he's just missing the other 2, and then he has all 3 ready, set, and go. And because
he equips the sword, there it is. There's the play that I was talking about. This is how usually Garga players work it out. They always summon Searcher first, equip sword for second, or summon Garga second, and he uses Drag God Shine to pick up the piece that he was missing. Well, not the piece.
He's getting another Ultimate Garga and another Searcher. So he's probably gonna play the Searcher, and then he might try and go search for. Yeah, he is playing another Searcher.
So yeah, like what I was trying to say before is, usually that's the play how it goes with Garga. Summon Searcher first. The player doesn't respond to it because it's not a threat. Then you either equip the item or summon Garga, or vice versa for the third step. So now your entire board is safe. Your opponent really can't do anything against it. So he will get Ultimate Garga back to his hand.
Yep.
He's gonna use the Swords effect
to pay 1 gauge and put one Gargantua card from the deck to the drop zone, shuffle, and then put it back on top of the deck. If he has another Searcher, he can do it again, where he places that boost on top of the deck, sending it to the gauge, knowing where it is, and then he can go from there. He sees that he has 2.
So he has body, aka craft technique, and base in the drop zone.
Yep.
So right now he would only have access to.
I believe he casted Gar-E-Grant.
Did he use G Boost Will?
Yep.
Did he? I don't think so.
Yes, he did.
I
think he was showing his opponent the 2. So.
Yeah, but you can only cast that if you activated G Boost Will.
Yes, so he did.
I don't think he did.
Yes, he did.
When? It's not in the drop zone.
It is in the drop zone.
I saw body and base. I didn't see.
Well, that was Will.
Oh well, it's up to the judges to catch that. Oh well. Anyways,
now
he casts G Boost over.
Check top 3. He's adding 2 cards to hand, 1 to the gauge. And now
Rivals forever.
Rivals forever. So he's now gonna pay the life, send 2 monsters from the deck to the drop zone. And there's a Guard Cat I see there, so he might try and summon that back with a Guard Common eventually.
Possibly.
And now all original size 3 monsters will get an additional 10k power and a crit.
That only applies to the Garga.
Mm-hmm. And now he shuffles. He might have enough already now for this because Garga should be natural 4 crit now. And then with having base there, it would be another 2, making it 6 crit. And then if he does not,
Right now he's 6 crit base.
Yes. So now if he swings at Austin, should put him at 4, and then he just needs an impact to go. He can also he also
Body
gets,
and base.
yeah.
Okay, so he's activating Garga.
Mm-hmm. And now he goes swing.
Swing for
6.
Oh, I'm glad the players have these pieces of papers.
Yep.
to
These are
show
very
their-
nice.
to show their life.
Yep. And
Yeah, he swung for 5. That's weird.
creature
Okay.
card
Well,
Buddyfight. Search
let's see if he has the card that we're talking about.
Grace of a Sun Deity to.
Yes.
If Austin have Grace of a Sun Deity, he gets to survive, and then he has a turn.
And it will be a very godly play.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now he gets to gain, and once he's done shuffle, he gets 2 gauge, and then he gets to cast the impact. And if Austin does not have a way to respond to it or defend from it, this will be game 1, and they're gonna go to game 2.
And then he goes into final phase.
Yep. Final phase.
We add it to hand, and then
Yeah.
he will proceed to go to final phase.
And then he goes to final phase. And I think he's just right now looking at his drop zone just to make sure there's nothing he's missing. Which I'm pretty sure he has everything he needs, so he's gonna probably just say final phase and cast the impact. Yep.
Final phase.
Final phase, cast the impact,
Is it good?
pay the gauge.
Yep.
And that's game 1.
Game 1 goes to Mr. Geraldo.
Yep.
I always forget his name.
Geraldo has got game 1. Now they proceed to game 2.
Yep. Can I ever speak of obstruct?
Obstruct, yes.
Nobody liked that card. It was unfair to the game. Pay 1 gauge. Go for the remainder of the next turn. I believe your turn and the next turn. Players cannot
Cannot draw cards by card effects.
by card effects. So it basically hindered the game.
It slowed down the game to catch up for a lot of the players.
Yes.
But now it's no longer available. But there is another card that does something similar.
It's only in Dragon Ball.
Which is Hand
Well,
Dragon.
We'll get back to that shortly because game 2 has started.
Yep.
So Austin is gonna start us off.
He is already.
Something's happening. I think he's waiting for his opponent.
Yeah, I think his.
Okay.
Yeah, he already entered final phase. He is transforming into Gem Clone.
He's declaring his phases, so he will go into Gem Clone. He wanted to see if his opponent had a response
Yeah,
to any of his phases.
correct. Finish road to pay 1 gauge. He's able to search for a size 2 or less from the deck to his hand. If not, he's calling Iron's formula from the drop zone to the field. And once he is called, he's allowed to discard 1 card and gain 2 gauge and draw 2 cards. And because Austin discarded Blazer Frail, he's able to gain an additional gauge and draw.
All right, we're seeing the classic Zeta plays here.
Of course, the basics to start off with to excel, gauge, and draw cards. Right now, the purpose of Super Warrior is to try and get all the cards he needs in the drop zone to eventually start up setting up things he needs for Gem Clone to be able to pick up and use to attack against Garga.
Now, I think he's just thinking of what he has. So,
He's thinking of his options right now because there's many ways you can do this. He's gonna play another finish road. He's gonna play.
that's not once per turn.
No,
Ooh.
because there's 2 effects to it, so you can choose one or the other.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna get Guy Grinder.
Usually, the more recent cards during X and A season, um, they started restricting
Their effect
the
from being multiple times a
multiple
turn.
times once per turn, or
Yep.
cards. They started introducing named abilities as well,
Mm-hmm.
so you can only do it once per turn.
Correct.
So he grabs who is that again?
Guy
Sonic?
Grunder.
Guy Grinder? Okay, I thought he grabbed Blazer Frill.
No, Blazer Frill is still in the drop zone. With Guy Grinder now, once he calls it out, he's able to check top 5 and add one size 3 Super Warrior, which will allow him to be able to allow him to like thin out his deck, get rid of most of the gem clones, and then able to set other pieces up to be able to properly set up for Origin Breaker. And he's gonna do the Impact Transform to Guy Grunder.
Mm-hmm. So this is the one where he checks top 5, correct?
Correct. He's gonna check top 5 right now, add one size 3 Super Warrior. If he does not, they all go to the bottom of the deck.
And unfortunately, he doesn't get anything. They go to the bottom of his deck.
Correct. And now with this, which it is a good thing for the Hero World player because it allows him to check top 5 as well. So it helps him like go through his deck to possibly start drawing the cards he does need. And
Well, it looks like he's going to be swinging with Zeta,
yeah, he's swinging with Gem Clone.
which would be 3 critical, correct?
Yep, 3 correct. Putting at our Garga player at 7 health. And now Gem Clone is pretty much set up for defensive plays around. If he has a Cardian in his hand, he's already good because that allows him to not take any burn damage and any attack he is taking.
Reduces it by 2, right?
Reducing it by 2. Correct.
That's if he got the Guardian in one of his many draws that he did this turn. Or if he opened up with it.
Mm-hmm.
So now it is the Garga player's turn.
Correct.
He will start off with Rivals Forever.
Rivals Forever, paying the life, and now he's gonna discard 2 monsters.
And he will Austin's gonna counter to his spell.
He's gonna counter call Guy Grinder.
Right. Does Guy Gardner do anything else besides that on the counter calling or anything?
He gets to do the check top 5 again.
If he chooses to,
Mhm.
after he resolves his
Correct.
After he resolves Rivals Forever.
Correct. Once he does Rivals Forever, then he's able to use Guy Grinder's effect to
So I think
check top 5 again.
I think what Geraldo's trying to do. Maybe he has Dragod Shine in hand, and maybe he wants to pick up the
Searcher.
Searcher possibly,
Mm-hmm.
because he probably didn't open up with it. It's a possibility this could happen right now.
Which can happen, but because of Dragod Shine being able to pick up 2, he's able to pick up the 2 cards in his drop zone, and he can use that boost Garga to fuel the.
Okay, so now he will activate Guy Grinder's effect.
Which already checked top 5.
Oh, he casts Guard Command. Okay, so he will gain 1 gauge, and he calls that. So he
Yep.
didn't have the Searcher.
He didn't have Dragod Shine, which is fine.
Okay, so he had a way of getting the Searcher out, but he didn't have it opening hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a very cute play. Or as we like to say, kawaii play.
Quite. Yes.
I think Austin whiffed again on the Guy Grinder, correct? Yeah,
Correct. He did,
which is unfortunate once again.
but it's fine because he's going through his deck a lot faster, so it helps him try and find the Origin Breaker. But if he saw 3 or 3 of his Origin Breaker already within those top 5, that's a pretty bad thing, because that means he's not gonna see them for a while.
Yes, correct. So now he will do the Searcher's effect, pitching a graceful
Grace of the Sun Deity
Grace of the Sun Deity,
to search for a Garga.
which he will probably be getting
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Garga.
Correct. And then he's gonna shuffle. He's probably gonna buddy call Garga immediately.
Yes, and we will see what he gets off of his blind gauge.
Yes. And then hopefully Garga has G boost over to try and go through
And he
the.
will buddy call.
Yep.
He did hit base, and so that one's active, but unfortunately he pulled a heart into the soul of his ultimate.
Yeah.
So buddy call, he gets a life, and then the
because of that,
searcher's effect, which will take away 2 gauge from Austin
and there's an origin breaker there.
in the drop zone. Okay, so now he knows it's there, and he's able to pick it up with that spell earlier, right?
No,
No, he can't.
that spell only picks up a size 2 or less.
Origin breaker's a 3.
Yep.
Okay, that's unfortunate. He will cast Gar Oracle,
Pay 1 gauge, draw 2 cards, gain 2
and
life.
he will gain 2 life since he has a Dragout on board.
So he's gonna put himself from 7 to 9, and then he's gonna draw the 2 cards. Now, if the Garga player has a way to gain maybe 3 or 2 more gauge, he can, if he wanted to, call another Ultimate Garga over that Ultimate Garga to have all the 3 pieces.
Future card Buddyfight. Well, he can only get his buddy.
Yes, he can only get his buddy.
Because his opponent's life is not 5 or less.
Yes, but this is fine because that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Because now he shuffles, gain 2 gauge, and
Then
then
he'll probably call over this Garga has the heart right there in the soul
exactly
to have it into the drop zone.
correct.
So for now he has base and heart. He doesn't have body yet. So he could blind gauge the body / craft technique into the gauge and have all 3 pieces because of that.
Yes. But at this point, all he really needs would be just the triple attack and the burn damage one.
Yeah. But triple attack doesn't really matter because you could just ping him.
No, it does matter because
Yeah, it does matter. Yeah.
because more attacks, more swings, more
Yeah.
burn.
Exactly. That will go to his buddy zone. His buddy will always have an extra additional 2 crit. So his ultimate Garga will always be swinging for 5 critical guys.
Yep. And because of that's 5 attacks, that's triple attack, 5 crit, that's 15 damage.
No, he doesn't have body yet. He's gonna do the copy effect, and he will only be copying body and base. So meaning he will only have triple attack and 1 million power and an extra 2 critical.
Yep.
With penetrate, I believe.
Correct. Yep. Which is more than enough for Garga for this matter.
So we will see if he enters battle phase.
He may either enter battle phase or he might cast Gar E Grant if he wants to go through his deck a little bit more.
No, he's going straight into battle phase, and he'll do a link attack. This will be for 6.
That will be in total. Nope, even more.
Well, I know the link attack is more.
Because
so
right now
6.
Garga is at 7 crit, and then the size 1 should
5.
be swinging at for.
And
okay.
Is that the game?
Yep, that is game. Austin really brick hard.
He bricked mega ultra hard.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate, but it looks like the winner of the finals is
Garga.
FTK.